Project Editors for IT World Canada. I'm joined today by the President of the Treasury Board, Tony Clement. Minister, thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
So, as President of the Treasury Board, you have a mandate for achieving cost savings of a certain level over the next few years. How much is the shared services process about looking for cost savings within government IT, and how much of it is about increasing efficiencies both within government and increasing engagement with citizens through the use of IT?
I don't see it as an either-or phenomenon. I think obviously different parts of government have different aspirations for this. Clearly, we want, as IT continues to evolve, as it will do probably forever, that we want to make sure that we have efficient processes, that our public servants are productive, that the interface is a positive one, not a frustrating one. All of these things are probably part of the genesis of Shared Services Canada. At the same time, we're in a world where we have asked every major agency, 67 departments and agencies, to come up with a 5% and a 10% savings plan as part of our efforts to get back to a balanced budget. Shared Services Canada will be responsible for that same kind of analysis as 66 other departments and agencies have had to go through.
I think there's also a little bit of skepticism out there, just because the government has been down this road before, or has said they're going down this road before. This government, past governments as well. How do you convince both the private sector and the public sector that this time you're serious? This time is happening.
Well, I think we've done something that has never happened before. We actually created the organization. There's been a lot of talk about this for, as I'm told, over a decade, and nothing ever seemed to happen. So I think the very fact that we have been able to create Shared Services Canada, it has a chief executive, it's starting to consolidate. People are moving now from individual stovepiped IT services into the Shared Services Canada family. These things are happening now. And so we have gotten far beyond where anyone has been able to go in the last decade at least. So look, it's always good to have skeptics. It's always good to have people challenging the system a little bit and making sure that the challenge function is there. But that will perhaps lead to better solutions in the future when it comes to how Shared Services Canada will implement its mandate. But we are making great progress. And
I imagine that you're also not stopping to invest in technology. I mean, certainly investment is part of this process, but what are some of the specific areas where we could see spending growth or new investment, and perhaps members of the private sector, the vendor community, should be looking to engage with the government on?
I guess what I can say to you is that you're absolutely correct. We continue to spend in IT. That hasn't stopped. And there are various government departments, many of which have an interface with the Canadian public, that are anxious to upgrade their systems or even replace their systems. That some of these have been created over the last 30 years, let's say, and are not, shall we say, robust enough for the legitimate demands of the Canadian public in terms of service in these areas. So yes, I can say generally that there will continue to be investments. There'll be good investments. There's lots of oversight and accountability. Treasury Board checklists. We go through a checklist of ongoing investments that we have approved, say in the last year. Where are they? What's their status? Make sure they're on track. I think it's an excellent system to make sure that these things don't get driven into the ditch by a mistake or two along the way. So I'm quite confident that there will be improvements in the future.